Let's talk conspiracy theories when it comes to Adidas, Kanye West, and Yeezy sneakers. Let's also throw in Yeezy Mafia while we're at it. This was going to be the summer of Yeezy sneakers. We were going to see a million-plus pair restock of the V2 triple whites, the V2 creams, next month in July. As reported by Yeezy Mafia, a million-plus pairs were supposed to be made and released in a month. The original Wave Runners were supposed to release this summer also in very large numbers. And then there was also supposed to be another V2 being released, not the butters, but like the peanut butters or something. Everything's being delayed. Everything's being pushed back per Yeezy Mafia. But what's the truth to this? Here's my problem with this whole situation. Supposedly, this being pushed back due to production factory issues, and nothing has actually even been produced yet. Here's my problem. If it was truly going to be a million-plus pair release of this Yeezy V2 triple whites in a month, they would have been made months and months ago. They would not be made a month before release. Because you know how Nike is. Nike will make shoes up to about 6 months before they even release. Adidas usually does about the same thing. Most sneakers are made 4 to 6 months before they are released to the general public for sale. And usually the idea, the timeline, is usually a year before they're released to the general public. There's usually, from my understanding, like 9 to 12 months is kind of like the timeline. 4 to 6 months is production, and then they're produced. So with the supposed rumored 1 million plus pair restock in a month, that's not happening. It's being delayed, being pushed back. I don't know if that's actually true. Is it actually happening? Because no pairs had been made yet. Adidas can't pump out 1 million plus pairs in a month or less. Get them produced, get them made, quality control checked, boxed up, shipped over from China, put into distribution channels, get them put out into stores and sold within a month. That's not logistically possible. So either Yeezy Mafia was completely wrong about their dates, or there is no restock coming. That's the conspiracy theory. Who was right and who was wrong, or who was partially right and who was partially wrong? I don't know. There's lots of questions here. Is the production issue, is that just a cover-up to, not me, but to, let's say, Yeezy Mafia, of they were wrong the entire time, and being able to say production factory issues is a nice way of saying I'm getting out of being wrong and blaming production issues as the reason, without having to take blame of being incorrect. I don't know. But as of right now, they're saying that this fall, there's supposed to be a crap ton of Yeezys releasing, from the 500s, the 700s, 350s. Like pretty much there's supposed to be like 3 or 4 colorways of 350s, a new colorway of the 700s, plus the OGs, all within a span of like September through like a 2 or 3 month span, and I do not see that happening. I think the timeline's all screwed up. So conspiracy theorists out there, what's the truth? What do you think is actually happening with the Yeezy line right now? Who's telling the truth and who's not? Who's trying to make a Twitter splash and who's not? It is kind of funny how one Twitter account that is so influential can do one tweet and can honestly change people's opinions, can change a resale price of a shoe overnight. pretty much there's two entities in this world that can change the value of a Yeezy sneaker like that. One, that is Kanye West. If he comes out and says, I don't have a shoe next to me, but if he comes out and he holds up a shoe and says, this Yeezy, we're restocking this thing in 1 month, 1 million pairs. Guess what? The value is plummeting. If me, Clint Miller, Mr. Nobody, comes out and says, I'm Clint, and I guarantee you this Yeezy is coming out next month with 1 million plus pairs, the value will not be affected whatsoever because I don't have any clout. If Yeezy Mafia, if they come out and say, this Yeezy is coming out next month with 1 million plus pairs, the value will plummet by a minimum of 25%. And it happened. Isn't that crazy? How there's only literally a couple people that I know that could say one statement, true or false, and could turn a value of something upside down so drastically, so quickly. That's almost kind of scary. Market manipulation could be a real thing that somebody could do. I've heard one of the other conspiracy theories I've been hearing about on Twitter now for a couple days is when it comes to StockX. The Twitter account RSVP Kicks, their new conspiracy theory with StockX is that the employees are manipulating the market on StockX and are personally driving the prices low, like on the Jordan 4, the Travis Scott, the Cactus Jacks. They're claiming that StockX employees are personally manipulating the market to drive prices low, to hoard pairs themselves, to get them cheaply, to hold on to the market low so that they can turn around and sell them high. They're also, RSVP Kicks has been claiming that StockX employees have been doing the same thing to the Jordan 1 Off-White UNC. They're claiming, or whoever runs that RSVP Kicks Twitter account is claiming the same thing about the Jordan 1 Off-Whites, that they are manipulating the StockX website, controlling the market and manipulating the prices on the website. They don't believe that it's sellers like me who openly choose my own selling price on the StockX platform. Their conspiracy theory is StockX employees themselves are manipulating the prices. They're not explaining how they're doing it. They're not explaining how a StockX employee is setting this sneaker at a low price and how the StockX employee is coming to me saying, hey Clint, you know what, we manipulated the price on this sneaker to 20% lower than what it's actually going for. Hey, we need you to fulfill this order for us for this much cheaper price. What's up? Will you do it for us? That's kind of what RSVP Kicks is, their conspiracy theory is saying, that the employees are manipulating the market and somehow controlling sellers, that they are somehow, it's a crazy conspiracy theory. That is totally BS. Whoever is RSVP Kicks is off the rocker. Like, they're full blown, like, they're, woo, you know. If you ever watched the show Oz on HBO from back in the 90s, RSVP Kicks is full blown Tobias Beecher crazy, if you know what I'm talking about. Like a Tobias Beecher, RSVP Kicks kind of crazy. He can't manipulate a market by saying a quote like, StockX employees are manipulating the market. Be aware. That won't change anybody's opinions. That's not going to affect the market. That's not going to hurt StockX. That's not going to hurt any resale value of shoes. But if somebody like a Kanye West came out and said that about StockX, that might have some clout to it. I wouldn't believe it, but there's too many sheep out there that would believe it because he's influential. A Yeezy Mafia comes out and says, Adidas is making 1 million plus pairs of this sneaker next month. In 30 days, they're going to pump out 1 million shoes, have them produced, boxed up, shipped over from China, go into the distribution channels worldwide in 30 days, which is logistically impossible. But they're going to do it. That will manipulate the market. And it did. So conspiracy theory. Who's right, who's wrong? What's actually going on? Think about this. Me, Clint Miller, I can't manipulate any market. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the following, the clout to manipulate a market. A very, very small handful of people do. And do they? Ask yourself that. Do they?